what I said.
I totally agree, and it starts all the way from the ground, and it works itself up. You know, you need the mixture, you need the concrete, you need to set the foundation down and build according from there, just like the schools. It's the same way. You know, you're all the way down to dirt, then you move up the block, and so be it, and then all of a sudden you got a finished product. But, it's going to be exciting, and just talking about a little bit about the 8th grade football team's undefeated is what I'm hearing and understanding. So there's a lot of good things that are coming, whether it's the female athletes or even the male athletes. It's an exciting time in Fremont.
And the funny thing is, we started hearing about this sophomore group a couple of years ago, and on the girls' side, you talk about the female girl athletes, the class that's now sophomores, the freshmen, and there's kids down below that are coming through as well. It's just exciting time to be a little giant like you guys are, or me, who's a pseudo voice of the little giant.
No, you're all in.
You're all in. That's right.
Yeah, you're a little giant. And I'll give you one other thing on it, too, and Logs talks about this. My wife said I should never draw construction, but this is really construction. She makes the analogy for her team all the time. Stom School will be down in a week. It's easy to tear something down.
Right.
But it takes a long time to build something, and so you've got to go through and do all the process and build, and it's easy to mess it all up. But it's really hard to build something good. And when you get to that point, they're doing all the right things right now. Coach Long, that whole staff, they're building the right way. And, as a Little Giant alum, administrator, whatever the heck I am, I'm really proud to be a part of it.
All right, we'll take another timeout, guys, and we'll come back. It is a beautiful night for football. It feels like week one, although the sun is already setting, which in week one we'd have that till about halftime. But other than that, it is a gorgeous night here at the stadium, about 77 degrees. As Scott said, the wind will be an issue going towards the south end zone. So we'll take a tell. We'll come back. You're listening to Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football on Eagle 99.
This is the UIS Insurance and Investments pregame show. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs. We are counting you down to tonight's kickoff on the BAS Sports Radio Network.
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
America's #1 tool store, Harbor Freight Tools, has a new store open near you. Visit our newest store in Fremont, off Route 53 next to the post office. Shop our huge selection of tools and equipment at unbeatable prices. For over 43 years, Harbor Freight Tools has served more than 40 million customers as the destination for everything from power tools and compressors to jacks and generators, and so much more. Shop in-store today in Fremont or visit harborfreight.com for great deals and to find the location nearest you.
Hey, Chet Myers here from Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com. Celebrate our Jeep Adventure Days. Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram wants to make purchasing a vehicle as easy as possible. At Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com, you can customize and make your own deal. We have over 100 new and pre-owned vehicles available. Just go to our website, find the new or pre-owned car, truck, or van you want, and make your deal. Customize your deal in 4 easy steps. Choose the vehicle, personalize your payment, value your trade through Kelly Blue Book, and apply for financing. Myers makes it so easy for you to make your deal online today. You can even request at-home test drives. Our vehicles are some of the cleanest, nicest, thoroughly inspected, road-ready vehicles you'll find on the planet. Celebrate our Jeep Adventure Days and go to Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com for your next car, truck, or van. See all the inventory at Myers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.com and at 1111 Castelia Street, Route 269 North, Bellevue.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
And we're back at Don Paul Stadium, Harmon Field. Ross in all purple tonight, which we all love, meaning John, Scott, myself. And Normandy will be in black pants, white jerseys, and white helmets. Let's talk about the bracket a little bit, John. So Ross, I think this worked out well for them. They got the 9 seeds, so they're the first of the higher seeds that has to play tonight. And so they take on Normandy, who got the 24 seeds. So if we should advance next week, we will be at Medina.
Like everything this year, it's just been You're just blessed every night you get an opportunity to be here.
Second time, and hopefully Fremont Ross does well. But no, I agree with you guys totally. Take care of this here tonight, then progress and move on. As for the seeding wise, I love our seed. I was trying to put a finger on it when everything first came out because there was no numbers out at the beginning that we had, and just trying to see where all the other teams from the track. St. Francis, St. John's, I think they're down below if memory serves me right.
Well, St. John's ended up with the 4th seed after they beat us.
Okay.
Which is probably where we would have ended up had we won that game.
We'd won the game, sure. So, and we won't see those other ones. Not saying that we will beat Avon, but like I said, 1 week at a time.
Right.
But the exciting thing is, who wants to play us? I mean, we're pretty well balanced. Other than we've shied away a little bit from the running game. Maybe we'll be able to do that tonight a little bit. But we're dangerous.
All right, we're going to take a timeout as they will be, we'll take our final timeout. We'll come back with Chad Long, the head coach of the Fremont Ross Little Giants. You're listening to High School Football on Eagle 99.
This is the UIS Insurance and Investments pregame show. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs. We are counting you down to tonight's kickoff on the B.
Count on Tri-Motors. Come on in. They're open, or feel welcome to call, text, or email them. Right now, on the purchase of most 2019 and 2020 new Ford vehicles, Tri-Motors has 0% financing for up to 84 months. Yes, that's no interest for 84 months. This offer and other incentives on purchases and leases are available right now. So stop by today and see what they can do to save you money. In addition to existing incentives, Tri-Motors is newly announcing an extra incentive of $1,000 bonus cash in addition to other incentives to all first responders, military personnel, and medical professionals. Your service is greatly appreciated. If your current vehicle is due for prevention maintenance service, ask about specials on oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Tri-Motors is celebrating 90 years in business as a family-owned and operated dealership on State Route 19 in Oak Harbor and still doing business in a neighborly fashion. Check them out online at trimotorsales.com. Try before you buy.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
And there you have it, the Fremont Ross Marching Band. So good to have them here tonight in full force. And, John, you wanted to make a point about the band, and I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to give number one, it is great to have them here, but two, I'm in the school, so I see all the problems they're having, that we're on a hybrid schedule. They have to practice different. They have to social difference different. So everything for them is a challenge, and they've pulled this all together and made it work. So hats off to that whole staff and John Calhoun, who's a great guy and does a great job with that band.
All right, Scott Logan standing by with the head coach of the Little Giants, Chad Long. Scott, take it away.
Yeah, there's something that Coach wanted to say about a certain thing that was a little giant at our heart, and he wants to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we had Jake Bender Foundation come in and honor us with T-shirts and talk about the foundation and everything that the Jake Bender does with their scholarships and everything else. So on behalf of the coaches and the football program, we'd really like to thank those guys for everything they do for every student athlete and really every student, because they give out a lot of scholarships through their foundation. If you get a chance to play in their golf outing at any time, please help, because all they do is give right back to the kids.
Great, thanks, Chad. Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about tonight and your opponent.
Yeah, Normandy's, they're a team, they're young. They're trying to find their identity on what they want to do. I can't tell you, they're going to try running the football against us, and it's going to be one of those things. We got a couple key players that are out this week, and hopefully our young kids, our two sophomore linebackers, Mason Valerio and Braylon Goon can step up and make some plays tonight.
Is there anything, what is your expectations of tonight for Fremont Ross?
Our expectations is to play hard, do what we do, play Fremont football, score as many times as we possibly can, and stay healthy.
Okay, Chad. There you go, guys.
All right,
I'll see him at the half.
Yep. Thank you, Scott. That report brought to you by Frickers of Fremont. Tonight's game time temperature brought to you by Holler Sheet Metal. And I'm telling you, it is a beautiful night. A little wind. You can hear the speedway off in the distance. And tonight's game time temperature at Don Paul Stadium is exactly 75 degrees. And here come the Little Giants onto the field with their all-purple uniforms and white helmets here tonight. Across the way, it's the Invaders from Parma, Normandy. They come in at 0-4. Ross at 3-3. Normandy lost their opening game to Holy Name back on September 10th, 39-0. Then lost to Lakewood, 55-14, September 18th. Then fell to Rocky River, 40-0 on September 24th. And last Friday night, they fell to Parma, obviously their rival, 26-0. Two of the teams they played have combined for a record of 7-2. That's Holy Name and Rocky River. Lakewood and Parma have combined for a record of 1-8. Ross started the year with a win over Clay, 35-21. Fell to Findlay, 31-18 in week 2. Then had a 2-game winning streak, beating Lima Senior 42-6 and Toledo Whitmer 35-33. And we ended with 2 shootouts, scoring a combined average of 44 points, but we fell to St. John's 45-42. And last week at St. Francis, after getting down 28-6, came back to take a 9-point lead and then fell 49-46. My name is Kyle Knight. John Cahill's up here in the booth with me. Scott Logan down on the sideline. And boys, I am so ready, John, for football tonight. It's almost like Christmas today. You know, when Ross is in the playoffs, it's special. And under any circumstances, and I'm looking forward to a great game here tonight, John.
Yeah, well, the last 3 weeks have been worth, whatever you paid to get in these things or watch on YouTube, whatever. I mean, they've been incredible games. Whitmer, St. John, St. Francis. And so, like I've said a lot, it's an easy team to root for. They're kids that are doing all the right things, trying to manage all this COVID stuff and still stay together and work and build a program. And so, you get a playoff game at home. I remember, going to some of those, these late season games. It always reminds me a little bit of those Fremont Sandusky games where this place would just be a bowl of people. And so although people aren't really allowed into these still, it has a different feel. And again, it's just exciting with this playoff format this year. They take the top 8 and it's non-traditional. So neither of these teams would be in. You might have some magic out of a team like Fremont who's a 9 seed who, like Logue said, nobody wants to play because they're just so doggone dangerous on offense. So exciting night tonight. I'm excited. I know you're excited, and we're about ready to tee this baby up and go.
And so good to see Aiden Carter back to kick off after missing last week's game. I'm sure LeBron's is happy as well. 2 back deep, standing at the 5-yard line for Normandy as Carter tees the ball up. 48 minutes of football about to come from Don Paul Stadium. This is WFRO FM Fremont Sandusky, and here we go. The ball is in the air and will be taken on the left. Whoa, it hits the player and bounds down at the 2-yard line, picks it up at the 1, and it's a safety. Ross is going to start the game with a safety. They're going to say it was on the 1. Oh, I don't know about that. I think that was a safety to start, but they're going to give him the ball at the 1-yard line. Let's go down to Logues real quick. Scott, did you think that was a safety?
Well, the unfortunate thing, I was at the other end. So
Okay.
I figured, no, they're not going to do anything. So I was down at the other end, but boy, you guys had a better view than I did.
The ball was in the end zone, so he picked it up at the 1. He went backwards, and then they tackle him in the end zone. He should get forward progress.
Yeah, I think tough call. I don't think you want to start the game off with the safety, and maybe that plays the officials. So, but yeah, it looked like it should have been in.
Cairo Dillard is the quarterback. He stands about 5 yards deep. They'll toss it to the left side, and he barely gets back to the 1 yard line. The running back was Jay Raheem, number 4, and he literally, John, just got back out of the end zone. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looked like he had some space there. Bowen shook, though, with good penetration, or good, he stayed after the play and got after it.
Here's Dillard, hands off to Raheem, and it is a safety. Ross is going to get it 5 yards deep in the end zone, and it's going to be 2-0. So finally, the safety happens.
Yeah, they. I don't know if you could come up with much of a better start there. They came out and did try to run the football, and Fremont just all over them. They had 6-7 guys in the backfield there, and I think it's going to be a challenge for them to run the football at Ross. Just looking at their line going off the field, they don't have a ton of size. So free kick now. Fremont's going to get the football back. Get the football to start here, and they're already in the lead 2-0. So I know one thing in talking to the coach this week, they feel like with the explosive guys we have in the back end, we should be able to do some things tonight in the special teams. Maybe break one tonight is something we haven't done. We've got Spencer back there who's been pretty electric for us for, the last 2 years. Tridarian Taylor, he's kind of a specialist. You don't see him a lot on the field in other situations.
You see him returning.
Yeah, but he does return. And even your up guys, you've got, Anthony Van, you've got LeBron's Barnett, two really good athletes there. So I feel like there's some things we can exploit, and you're going to get an opportunity here with a free kick. Another thing, too, we struggled on kickoffs to start the year, and Aiden Carter with a great kickoff there, put that thing
right at the one.
Yeah, and so change field position, and
now that I'm thinking, they probably were scouting off last week's tape, although they probably watched all of them. They're like, they must have a kicking issue.
Well,
and so last week LeBron's kicked off, just to remember, because Aiden and Carlos, were out.
Yep.
And so they had people about the 10-yard line. That ball got all the way to the 1.
Yep.
So.
And, he's got some wind with him, but he has a big leg, and he got that thing down. It's interesting you talk about scouting everything. I think in the entire time I've been involved in football, this is the first time the other team has no one in the box. The visitors are beside us, and there's no one up here. So
Brad Moore is the first person I can see down there.
So we've got 2 empty boxes beside us, which is, everybody always has eyes in the sky. That's, something even when Logues played back in the back in the day.
Back in the golden days. Yeah. Back when they had to run 50 yards of cable. So,
yes.
The kickoff about to happen here for Normandy. And they will kick, not punt. It's going to be a pooch kick. And it's going to go out of bounds. Luckily for us, they did an onside pooch kick. It did go 10 yards. They fielded it very well, but the kick took Jay Raheem out of bounds.
Yeah,
it was a good idea, but they didn't execute.
Not something you see a lot on a free kick, because you're giving Ross the ball, not 31. But I think when you're 0-4 and you've only scored 14 points, you're trying to find ways to create some spark. And the kicker we watch in pregame, he's a good kicker.
He's got a good leg, yeah. He kicked that well. It just went a little too far for Raheem.
Late flag here, and I think it's going to be the ball's out of bounds. And so
we just declined that, right? So
now they're both throwing flags. So I would guess Chad would just decline and go on. But if the ball's out of bounds, maybe they mark up for us a little bit.
No, we're going to get 5 yards out of it. So instead of starting at the 30 of Normandy, we will start at the 26-yard line. So first penalty of the night, and it goes for 5 yards.
I was listening to the officiating crew before the game. It's a good crew, a lot of veteran guys, a lot of local guys. Greg Bartimus is the white hat here tonight, and he's from Huron. He's a basketball official, too, and a good guy. He takes a lot of pride in what he does, so it'll be a well-officiated game, at least by intent.
Holmes is the quarterback. Ross leads 2-0 early. Passing right side, wide open in the back of the end zone is Horenchu, but he overthrows it about 2 yards behind the white line. But they had Horenchu in the slot wide open there, just didn't connect.
Yeah, he had him, just a little wind behind it. And it's interesting there, Anthony Van trying to get the ball to bring it back for the center, and the ball went over the fence. So he's kind of stuck there.
And nobody's over there because the band's up in the stands, and it's so good to see them. 2nd and 10 if you're just joining us. Ross with a safety of Normandy, and now they start at their 26. First down and 10. Holmes to the flat. Caught by Horenshu. He's at the 25. Shakes a tackle. 20. He's to the 15, and he has a first down for Ross down at the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 10. And once again, Adam Horenshu on the catch.
You just see him growing week by week. He's a sophomore. He's just getting more and more confident. Now, early on, he was catching it and just kind of taking a knee almost, and now he's catching and making plays.
Here we go. Holmes looking to the flat. He underthrows Bryson Hammer to reiterate what you said. He had a big game he was our player of the game. We threw the ball 58 times last week. And Hammer, Horenshu, and Spencer Price all had huge games. But coming into tonight, Horenshu, 14 catches, 136 yards. By the way, Caden has 21 passing touchdowns. He'll keep it himself here. Runs it right side. 10, 5, touchdown, Ross! And they take a 8. I'm a little ahead of myself. 8-0 lead with 1 minute and 3 seconds gone by here at Don Paul Stadium.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a game, too, where you might be able to balance a little bit better than we have been. Logues talked about it in pregame. We threw it 58 times last week. That's more than probably Logues' senior year. They threw it the whole season.
Right.
So, you want to get a little run pass balance. And I think with this team tonight, you can establish a little bit of that. Maybe come into next week with a little more confidence. So, obviously, it's as good a start as you could have. You've played a little over a minute. You've got 8, maybe 9 points on the board.
Ross enters the Fremont floor covering red zone with the score. Carlos Pena, point after, no good. We're back after this. Ross 8, Normandy, nothing. You're listening to Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football on Eagle 99.
Crown Battery, locally owned and operated, is pleased to support tonight's teams and takes this time to wish them luck for a successful season. The staff at Crown Battery recognizes the importance of teamwork both in and out of the classroom. That is why everyone at Crown Battery is a proud sponsor of not only tonight's broadcast, but a proud sponsor and contributor to our community, its athletic programs, and its educational infrastructure. Good luck and thank you from all the staff at Crown Battery, supplying you power since 1926.
Hi, I'm Tony Camilleri, CEO of the Fremont Federal Credit Union. We are proud to again sponsor high school sports on Eagle 99, 92.1, The Wolf, and 100.9 Coast Country. Whether it's for the community we live in or guiding people with the biggest financial decisions of their lives, we believe in people helping people. If you live, work, worship, volunteer, or attend school in Sandusky, Ottawa, and parts of Seneca and Witt counties, you're eligible to join us. Investing in our communities and our youth are what we're all about. Visit us at FremontFCU.com. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
And boy, have we missed the legs of Carlos Pena and Aiden Carter as he boots that one into the end zone. That's where Normandy takes over. Let's check in with Scott Logan on the Frickers sideline. Scott, great way to start here tonight.
Yeah, great start, that's for sure. And, all the way when they kicked the ball down the one and the safety, and we took it down there in a matter of 3 or 4 plays. But no, it's a great start, and I'm sure that's the whole thing. Chad wants to get on him early. It's a possibility, then get some rest, obviously, for the rest of these guys and put some other fresh legs in. But so far, so good for the Little Giants.
From the pistol, Dillard is the quarterback. He'll keep it himself. Now he pitches last minute. And Raheem barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he doesn't. He'll get to the 19, and he'll lose a yard. So I don't think they've had a positive play yet, have they, John?
No. They're just the team speed is going to be something that I feel like they have a player down.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'll keep it here, but that might be Raheem, the running back.
He went down kind of awkwardly, and then Fremont, just their team speed, you can see through 3 plays, is just so much greater than Normandy. I will say this, too. I think there's a really good side to this in playing tonight as well, in that you have, we've had a couple kids that have been out for a couple weeks with all of the craziness going on. One of them, our kicker. So the kickoffs are kickoffs. I mean, our Aiden, you're live, but the snap, the hold, all the timing on that, practice is one thing, but get an opportunity to do it live here with fans in the stands and the band down here. It'll be good for Carlos because he's been steady Eddie for us.
Yes.
He's been clutch, making kicks and doing a great job. And first extra point he's missed a long time, but he's been out for a little bit. So get an opportunity to come back and time that up. I'm confident he'll make the next one. And then going into the game next week, hopefully, he'll have a little experience back. Get used to being back here because it's the first year he's ever played football.
Right.
He's a soccer player. So
Raheem, by the way, is the injured player. He'll limp off. Something wrong with the right leg. It's Doc Hershey out there helping the medical staff from Parma, Normandy. It will be 2nd and 11 when we continue. Boy, it's good to see Ross in the all-purple tonight. We've been wanting to see that all year. We finally get to see it. I like it because we can actually see the numerals tonight.
It's just a good look. Like I'm a homer on this, but it's just as good a high school uniform as you have. That all purple and white. It's just clean. It looks good.
3 backs in the backfield and new quarterback in. He tries to keep it himself, and he'll end up losing 2 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. That quarterback, there's kind of like musical chairs here at quarterback, was Dejan Mijanovic. So we're looking at 3rd and 13 here for Parma Normandy. And now I was about to say we almost hit our 3rd quarterback of the game, but Casey is in the backfield in an I formation. It's 3rd and 13. They run left. No running room at all. They're going to end up losing a yard. So they've run 6 offensive plays, and only 1 has gotten back to the line of scrimmage here tonight. Ross with an early 8-0 lead. Spencer Price about to go back deep. Hammer standing at about the 45, and Spencer at the other 45.
Yeah, and you feel like again, this is something where I think if we can, get a punt, and their special teams guys, the kicker, punter didn't look bad. This is one I think the coach is really looking for a breakout here tonight. Maybe block one or break one.
Almost got it. It's going to roll. Spencer's going to he picks it up at the last minute. At the 50, gets around the first defender. Cuts it outside to the 41, and then he's hog-tied and brought down right there. Usually you don't want your returner with somebody in his face to pick the ball up, but Spencer makes 9 yards out of that return, and Ross will have it officially at the 40-yard line. So Ross scores on their opening drive, had a short field after safety, and then something you don't see every day on the free kick. They went onside kick, nearly got the ball, but Ross ends up at the 30-yard line. Then a penalty takes it to the 25. 3 plays later, they end up touchdown. Missed the extra point. That's why it's 8-0 here early. Holmes is in the pistol. LeBron's Barnett behind him. To the top of the formation, Horenchu and Hammer. Actually, no, Horenchu's at the bottom with Dion. So it's probably Price there. Nope, that's Boogie. They're going to go right side for Anthony Van, trying to run under it and cannot at the 2-yard line, and it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Little Giants. Caden now 1 of 3 throwing the football. His lone completion went to Adam Horenchu. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 40.
Yeah, just overthrown a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised here if we try to establish a run a little bit. Running back, see what we can get here. Just pounding a little bit. I think we've got some real advantages up front.
Wouldn't you love to see that? And they're running a 3-3.
Yeah.
So that means they're in a dime defense, if my math is correct.
They're going to try to cover.
Here's LeBron's right up the middle, 35, 30, first down and more, all the way down to the 20-yard line, gain of 20.
Late flag.
For LeBron's, and like John said, that's all the way back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, called a hold, but, it came in really late.
So this will negate a 20-yard run, if that's what it is. Well, the microphone's working tonight. That's good to see. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and that actually, John, is a 30-yard penalty and puts Ross all the way back at the 50 because you have to take the 20 we gained, and that negates that, and it's going to be 2nd and 20 from the 50-yard line.
I don't know what the hold was. We didn't see it, but we had a hold that any of us could have run through there and done pretty well.
Except
the line
me,
blocked
of course.
that well.
Here's empty formation with Caden Holmes, the sophomore quarterback. He has totaled 28 touchdowns, passing and rushing this year. Looking for Spencer over the top. Right off the fingertips at the 25-yard line. Scott, did he kind of go a little early and they didn't flag it? It almost looked like Spencer went a little early there.
Yeah, I thought so, and I'm down here around the 5-yard line, but I thought he moved, but obviously not. And I thought that would have been a catch that he should have made. When you get 1 or maybe 2 hands up there, He was catching the ball real easy in pregame, doing the one-handed catch and so forth.
Well, remember the one at Lima was just a thing of beauty. So.
Exactly.
3rd and 20 here for the Little Giants. They lead at 8-0. 9:01 to play, opening quarter. Round 1, Division II football playoffs here at Don Paul Stadium. The Invaders look like they're going to bring the house. They have 5 linemen. Here comes the blitz on the outside, and Holmes is sacked back at the 40-yard line. So they did not bring everybody, but the outside linebacker was able to get there, Newler, and this drive, which started with a 20-yard run, ends up going backwards 20 yards, John.
Yeah, and, if you're Normandy, you have to feel really good. They've given up a lot of points, and, Fremont scored a lot of points. So, you have to feel pretty good. You got a blitz there, and we had a miscommunication with the line, and, they make a big play and, put us way behind the chains.
And that came from the blind side, so Caden never saw it. Holmes will punt it away. It'll hit at the 20 to the 10. And
that's going to be tough.
Boogie's going to down it all the way at the 3-yard line as Dunn let that ball go. And in the end, it's a beautiful punt for Caden Holmes.
Yeah, and if you're Fremont defensively, you're thinking safety again. You don't.
Right.
Not a lot of games where you have 2 safeties, so you can pin your ears here a little bit. They're on the 3. You've gotten great penetration.
Well, I would argue we've already had 2 safeties because the kickoff, I swear, that should have been a safety, and then we did get the safety 2 plays later. So.
Yep. Yeah, they're. I would think you're a defensive lineman. You're excited for this kind of stuff because you're Bowen Shook. You don't get a chance to create points a whole lot. You stop points, and so got safety in the first possession. They haven't looked like they want to throw the football at all, and so you can kind of pin your ears and get upfield here and see what you can create.
Goon, the sophomore, in at linebacker here. He looks like he's going to come on the blitz here. 1st and 10, all the way back at the 2, and it's a near safety.
Yeah.
The quarterback was tackled back at the 1-yard line. Great job there by the Ross defense. 2nd down and 12 now. And again, 6 plays, all negative so far for Normandy. And it's going to be 2nd and 12 all the way back at the 1. Talk about bad field position.
Yeah.
They've had that tonight.
It's tough. And, their coaches, they're taking their time to get the plays in. You're trying to get the clock down. If you're the football coach for Normandy, you'd rather play this game in about 5 minutes. And, you don't want to play a long game. You're going to lose. So, take your time. But, man, they just can't control line of scrimmage at all.
They'll give to the
offsides.
deep back. Yep, they were offsides. They actually had a beautiful hole on the right side for the running back, Dunn. But this play is coming back. And it's going to be 2nd down and 12 and a half after the penalty. You rarely ever see a half-yard penalty, John, but
no.
right there you are. So
yeah, and I don't know what, like they did have an opportunity to block that, but I don't know when the whistle came. But you just don't feel like they're going to create much of a seam right now for their guys. And Ethan Green's out right now. I know they're going to rotate a lot of bodies in. And get guys a little banged up. They're going to try to give some other guys some looks. So
2nd and 13, I formation. They hand to the deep back. He'll get to the line of scrimmage and push forward a little bit more, but great gang tackling by the purple and the white. And the linebacker, Villarreal, was there to lead the way. It is a positive gain. And we'll take it to the 2-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 11 for Parma Normandy. 6:49 to play, opening quarter. Ross 8 and Invaders nothing.
Yeah, and you've got a 3rd and 11, and you haven't gained a whole lot of yardage. I don't know, as a coaching staff, you just continue to try to pound the football and have the clock run and hopefully punt it. And they are in a shotgun here, looking like they might try to throw.
I believe that's done now in at quarterback. Looking. Nope. Throwing left side, and this could be picked off. If it is, it's a beautiful pick.
I think he got it.
And it is picked off by that's Kalijah Alejandro, 5.6. And Kalijah with the pick, and it's the first turnover of the ball game in favor of the Little Giants.
That's a heck of a catch.
It was.
Their receiver fell down, and Kalijah stayed in the play, and he went and got that right off the turf, and that's a tough catch. You know, you like to see these guys making plays like this, and also, you know, take some confidence into, you know, hopefully a next week. So short field here for Little Johnson. We can punch one in here, and we got a timeout, Normandy.
And we'll keep it here, but this is basically where we were last drive. Actually, no, 2 drives ago at the 30-yard line, and then we headed up to the 25. So 6:17 to play here in the opening quarter. Kind of a weird start to this game. 8-0. Ross with a safety and a touchdown run by Caden Holmes, which was actually his 29th touchdown in this very short season. This timeout brought to you by Welty Insurance Group. Down to the sideline to Scott Logan. And what about the catch by Kalijah Alejandro on the pick?
Yeah, that was a great catch. And, you know, the strange thing is, I'm telling you guys, down here and maybe about 15, 20 feet in the air, the wind is tricky. Okay, I mean, actually, when the ball left his hand, I thought, oh, I think he's going to make a nice throw, but it just knocked it down, and it was a great interception. But I look for Eddie right here to do something quick. He likes to, you know, store quick right after a turnover right here, right around midfield. So my guess he's going to Price on this one.
You know, we've gone deep twice already in the ballgame. We just haven't hit those yet. So let's see what happens. Holmes in the pistol. LeBron's behind. Trips to the near side. Spencer, as we alluded to at the top. They're going to option.
Nice.
And outside LeBron's 20. He's to the 15, and he's down to the 10-yard line. Gain of 20 for LeBron's Barnett. And Ross is in the Fremont floor-covering red zone for the second time tonight.
Well executed and real good hustle. Ethan Druckenmiller there is 30 yards downfield trying to throw a block from his line slot. So you get your lineman giving that kind of effort is tough.
1st and 10. Holmes rolls left, throws, has a man. Bryson Hammer, touchdown! Fremont Ross takes the touchdown. It's Holmes to Hammer. I think we've heard that a few times this year.
Yeah, a nice roll out there. They did have some backside pressure, and Caden just got away from it and then found Bryson wide open. And, you know, Bryson takes it in the end zone for a pretty easy touchdown. And, you know, again, you're doing things right now, you know, pretty doggone well. I do believe we have a new holder right now, too, with Carlos, so that's going to take some getting used to, too. Goon is the new holder, and so that'll take a little bit of time here as well.
Braden Goon, low snap. He gets it down, and Carlos does boot this one through. 5:58 to play, opening quarter, and Ross takes a 15-0 lead after the touchdown pass from Holmes to Hammer. And, John, can you tell me how many times those two have hooked up for a touchdown this year? Counting that one.
Let's go 8.
That's right.
Holy cow, I was lucky.
So for Hammer, that was his 47th catch on the year and his 8th touchdown on the year as well. For Caden Holmes, his 22nd touchdown pass to just 4 interceptions. Ross takes a 15-0 lead, 5:58 to play in the opening quarter. Don Paul Stadium is the site. Winner goes to Medina Highland next week. And Aiden Carter will set to kick this one off. It's kind of nice, too, John, to have that luxury of both Aiden and Carlos kicking the ball. Aiden will boot this one away, and it's going to be taken at the 2. It bobbled, picked back up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and up over the 20-yard line. Finally, some good field position for Parma Normandy. That was Newler on the return for the Invaders. So go ahead.
No, you're exactly right. They're not on their own goal line here, so they at least have an opportunity to run some stuff without the fear of a safety. You know, I just if they can't block us up front, I think it's going to be really challenging for them to do much. And right now, we're just winning the line of scrimmage so dominantly that there's just not a whole lot they can do.
15-0, 5:51 to play in the opening quarter here at Fremont Ross. See if we have another quarterback coming in. Nope, we're going to have our second quarterback here. Scott, can you tell me, is 19? I'm having a hard time.
Yes, number 19.
Okay, so he is the second quarterback they've had in the ball game. So Milanovic will be the quarterback. DeJean, sophomore, 6'2", 150 pounds. Man in motion, Newler, They'll give to him, and he'll be hit in the backfield all the way back at the 10-yard line. And that was a great tackle there by LeBron Barnett. And that's a huge loss on the jet sweep, John.
Yeah, they just, if you're calling plays right now for Normandy, I don't know what you're trying to set up, what you're trying to do, because you're not blocking people or people in the backfield. It's just, there's a reason they're 0-4 and they've struggled, and they're just not very big up front. I'm sure they're playing some young guys trying to, use this game as some kind of a springboard in your off season and maybe be a better football team next year.
Milanovic looking to pass, second and forever, throws it up left side. It's picked off. Ross got another interception, and this time it was the freshman Elijah Sims who went up and got the pick. Good to see him back, and Ross with another turnover.
That was tough because he didn't find the football until probably halfway there, and that's over the shoulder. That's a great pick, and again, another short fielder for the Little Giants. Opportunity really to, get yourself up, 3 scores here early on, and see if we can execute and do some things and get this thing in the end zone.
15-0 Ross. They start again in Normandy territory. Third drive, and third time we've started in Invader territory. Ross did have to punt on their second drive of the night, but they have touchdowns on the first and third. So here we go. It'll be a handoff to LeBron Barnett right up the middle. Plenty of running room. First down, Moore. He's still on his feet. It takes 4 white jerseys to bring him down all the way down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 16 for LeBron. He has 2 carries for 36 yards. 18 yards a carry for LeBron.
It's good to see that, too. Our line leaning on people a little bit there and, an opportunity to run the football and get some of that balance back that, Logue's talked about before, that we want to be able to run and throw, not just throw it.
First and 10 for the 22. Holmes looking to pass, looking for Van, left side. Oh, he caught it. He bobbled it and caught it. I thought it was going to hit the carpet, but Anthony Van brings it in for the Ross touchdown from 22 yards out.
That thing bounced around, and he just stayed with it, and that's a heck of a football catch, and that's right now at the skill position places up front. I mean, there's a massive gap in talent, and Anthony goes up and gets it, and a heck of a catch, and 3 scores up. Now you got to feel pretty good about what you're doing right now.
Mike, we are going to take a break after this. Here's Pena for the point after, puts it up, and it is good. Ross takes a 22-0 lead. You're listening to Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football on Eagle 99.
Members save more at Friendship. Register for your Friendship loyalty card today and enjoy member perks like free coffee Mondays and member promotions on great items like Rockstar 16-ounce cans, 3 for $3.77. Where with every purchase, members get entered for a chance to win an Xbox One collector's console. Plus, everyday great deals on Muddy Buddy and Gardetto chips, 2 for $4. Hostess singles, 2 for $3. And 20-ounce Coke bottles, 3 for $4. Stop in today. Friendship, you're always welcome.
I'm Mike Green, president of the Fremont Ross Athletic Booster Club. Pick up your 2021 booster cards for only $10 this year. We have 46 local merchants on the card, plus you receive a Little Giant t-shirt at Phase 1. Cards are available at Denny's, Stanley GMC Cadillac, Fremont Ross High School. The Booster Club is once again the proud sponsor of tonight's player of the game. Join us on Facebook at Fremont Ross Athletic Boosters for monthly meeting updates and events. Go Little Giants.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
Another booming kick by Aiden Carter is a touchback, and Parma Normandy has it at their own 20. Fremont Ross 22, and the Invaders nothing. Short fields and a couple touchdowns for Ross. 3 out of 4 drives have ended up in the end zone. And now here we go. Milanovic in the shotgun. He has running backs to both sides. They are going to pass here. Going to set up a screen. It's caught at the 20, up to the 25. Running room. He's at the 30. He's to the 35, 40. Breaks a tackle over the 50. And a great run by Parma Normandy as they'll take it all the way to the 43 of Fremont Ross. Great call on the screenplay. And the catch and run there by the Invaders.
Excellent. Screen
Dillard,
pass,
by the way.
Use some of that aggression against Fremont. They hadn't shown anything like that. And, really they just thrown the bomb twice. And there they set up the screen. And the running back, nice job breaking a couple tackles, getting in space. And
I believe that was number 8, Cairo Dillard. And that was a beautiful run by him.
Yeah, good, and good for them. I mean, their bench is still in the game. They're very excited, jumping around. And, they execute well. Now they're in Fremont territory for the first time tonight.
They'll be in that same formation. Here comes the man in motion. They give the jet sweep. And again, it's going to lose yards as LeBron Barnett says, welcome to Fremont. And that will be a loss of about 5 yards.
Bronze is doing a really nice job of just stringing that out. And I think the big thing with him that I've heard from the coaches is that he's just an assignment football guy. He does what he's told. And, I coach him in basketball, too. He just wants to win. He doesn't care if he scores 20 points. He doesn't care if he scores 10 touchdowns. He just wants to do his part, help the team. I have a lot of respect for that kid, and I think he's really buying into everything that Little Giant Sports is about. They took a timeout here, Coach.
Another one. Wow, let's go down to Scott on the sidelines. As it will be second and 16. They might not want to do that jet sweep anymore. That's gone for negative 16 yards on 2 plays, Scott.
Yeah, that's not very good. and, and just once again, we do such, good team speed going from side to side. And, the pass play was great, a nice little run play. And, of course, they caught Fremont that time with being over-aggressive.
Right.
We've had a couple of issues. If you remember early on in the year, where Chad had made this thing and said, we're being a little too aggressive. But no, that was a great call that time by the coaching staff. And by the way, the coaching staff, just to let you know, they're way down here, guys. I don't know if you got anybody else next door, but I can see some coaches over here.
Okay, there's nobody up here.
Yeah, so. Down at the other end, at the south end, they're over here.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you it's kind of nice because John and I get some very dirty looks at times, especially that St. John's game when
the Whitmer game was the bad one. They were blaming us for a call, and I'm like, we're the radio guys.
Yeah. We don't have that pull. Scott does on the sideline.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Milanovic under center. Another new running back in. Runs right side. He'll have a gain of 1. Bigger back this time. Let me get the number for you. Is that an 80 or a 90, John?
I can't.
Scott, do you have a number on that one for me, buddy?
Now down at the 20, so I don't see it. I can't see it.
It's hard, yeah. It's
it is
either
hard.
80 or 90. If it's 80, it's
I think
Haverneck.
I think it is 80.
That'd be Haverneck, and he ended up back at the he gained yards because of the loss on the first play. So it's going to be 3rd and 13. They'll give again, and he'll end up getting chopped down at the 47-yard line. That is 80. And it's going to be 4th down, and Parma Normandy sent to punt here. I'm assuming they might go for it. 2:40 to play in Ross territory, trailing 22-0.
I'm going to guess, though, that number doesn't match up with who we're calling.
No.
That guy's 5'1", 90 pounds. They have him listed.
Okay. I'm thinking, the PA announcer has different numbers than we have.
And I think that's what he's calling, too. They're going for it here, 4th and a long time. And
this roster came to us this week, so here we go. They're going to go for it. They throw out to the floor. Oh, it's almost picked up by LeBron. He read it perfectly, but he couldn't bring it in. That would have been the 3rd turnover of the night. Wow.
Dang it. And he read it right there in that screenplay again, and he wasn't going to get fooled twice. He was there. He should have caught that. And it would have been great, just to see him get that kind of a play. Because, again, he's the kind of guy that a lot of times will take on the lead block to let Carson Clark flow to the play. And, he does what he's asked to do. And you like to see those guys get, some success like he's had running the football tonight.
In the pistol, Caden Holmes. Ross takes over at their own 47-yard line, leading 22-0 in the first quarter with 2:14 to play. Here is LeBron's on the handoff over the 50 into Normandy territory and down to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 7 there for LeBron's Barnett, his 3rd carry of the night, and now he has 43 yards rushing, and it's so good to see us establish the run quickly. Pace. LeBron's right side. 1st down and more. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. To the 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown, Ross! What a run. 46 yards for number 6. the junior LeBron's Barnett.
Okay, now the receiver in me, Bronzy gets a touchdown. Everybody knows I love Bronze, but Spencer Price there as a receiver, he's just hunting up guys to block. You know, he blocked one guy, and then he went and found another one, and you can see Eddie Baptista, the coaching staff, is giving him love. And when you have that, you're rewarding the guys who made the blocks for the touchdown. That's a big-time play by Spencer Price. Great effort, great energy, great blocking, and Bronzy takes it to the house, and another touchdown for our Little Giants.
Trying to make it 29-0 in the opening quarter. Carlos puts it up and puts it through, and it's 29-0 Fremont Ross. And all but one drive tonight has ended up in the end zone. And Carson Clark, we should mention, is not playing except he is long snapping here tonight.
Yep.
So he is on the field, but only to long snap. And this can only benefit us for the future because you get kids under him experience, and then hopefully he'll be ready to go next week in that game at Highland, assuming there's not a huge comeback here by Parma Normandy. We still have 37 minutes and 44 seconds of football, but right now it's looking pretty good, 29-0.
Well, it's been a long first quarter because there have been so many, Parma's trying to shorten the game. They're running the ball and trying to run clock, but it's just, they're having a difficult time getting stops, and touchdowns take time.
Well, John, at this point, they will shorten the game because there'll be a running clock in the second half if this continues.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Aiden Carter's set to kick off from the 40-yard line for the Little Giant emblem. This one could be returned back at the 3-yard line. Normandy to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and to the 20, and up to the 25-yard line. Parma Normandy with a good return there, and they'll have pretty good field position. Raheem on the return for the Invaders. So 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Scott, real quick, what about that run by LeBron's and all the receivers out there blocking, huh?
Yeah, that was really good. But something I've noticed, it looks like we're getting a couple guys in our linemen. That obviously there's a Ferguson out there. I saw it. Check with one of the coaches. I said, who is it? 71. That's a Ferguson. So, no, great. Both those guys, I saw them pull, and they were opening up that hose. It was a beautiful run for sure, and great blocking once again by Price.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think, and John said this, but we don't think Ethan Green's actually suited up tonight, right?
He played a few plays early.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen him on so
okay.
he is dressed.
Here we go. 1st down and 10 from the 25. Here comes the blitz, and it's a sack! Back there at Marcus Peters at the 15-yard line. He was standing up on the defensive line, and he came through, and Marcus Peters with the sack.
Yeah, he was. I think they're trying to set up a screen there. Marcus was just too quick to let the screen get off, and
boy, he flew in there, John.
Big time hit by Marcus. He was very physical on that play, and he just plays with such energy, such fervor, such passion, and it's been fun to watch these last 2 years, and we hopefully get to see him a few more games after this. 2nd
down and 20 after the sack. I formation for the Invaders. And they'll give to the running back. And he'll go forward for a gain of 2 off the right side. Dillard with the ball that time. And it's going to be 3rd and long.
Did a nice job there. They got us blocked a little bit on that one and moved the ball forward a little bit. And, they're trying actually both teams are running some similar plays where they're pulling a number of linemen and trying to get those guys out in front of the play. It's just it's so slow developing for Normandy, and our team speed is just so quick.
John, they're also playing like this quarterback, 19, was not the quarterback I watched getting ready for this game. In fact, they have him listed as a kicker on the roster. And by my count, this might be their 3rd quarterback this year.
Yeah.
10 seconds to play, opening quarter, now 8, and we have whistles on 3rd and long. And if they take another timeout.
They delay a game.
Okay. They've already used 2 timeouts here in the quarter. So now Normandy is going to go all the way back to the 12-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 22. Actually, no, it's going to be 3rd. Yeah, that's right, 3rd and 22 from the shotgun. Sophomore Milanovic rolls right, tries to get rid of it, and it is nice catch up at the 8-yard line. Or 18-yard line by Matt Dunn, who came back to get the ball. They do end up gaining a couple yards.
Yes.
It was close to a safety. It was close to an interception, and that's the quarter. We'll come back after this. 29-0 Fremont Ross. Back after this on Eagle 99.
Give your home the makeover it deserves at Fremont Floor Covering. Their knowledgeable staff can show you the many floor covering options available. Carpet, vinyl, waterproof flooring, laminate, hardwood, and ceramic tile. Fremont Floor Covering has over 150 carpet and vinyl remnants to choose from. Schedule for a quality professional installation or do it yourself. Quality floor covering at affordable prices since 1997. 12 months, same as cash available. Fremont Floor Covering near the corner of North Front and State Street.
Grunt Drug is your convenient caring neighborhood pharmacy. Fremont's only locally owned pharmacy supports the community you live and work in. They give back to the area with many things, such as this sports broadcast. Support your local independent pharmacy and businesses. Let's keep our community prospering by buying local. Along with your prescription needs, you can purchase cards and unusual gift items at great prices at Grunt Drug. A satellite postal station is offered also. Good luck, athletes. From the team at Grunt Drug on South Front Street in Fremont.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
A very short punt that goes out of bounds on that far sideline, kicking to the north, I should say, and they're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. So another short field here, John, for the Little Giants as they lead this game after one quarter, 29-0.
First and 10 for the Purple and White on the 32.
In the time I've been back and in the time I played here, you don't see a lot of games like this. Like Dick Sherman back in the day, our athletic director Chad Burnt, they're always trying to schedule tough, opponents. And this poor team is just, they're
running thin. Look at the sideline. There's only like 15 guys on the sideline over there.
Yeah, and they just they got a lot of guys that aren't dressed, and so you wonder how many injuries they've had. And they're dealing with a lot of the same stuff everybody is with COVID. Again, if their 11 games aren't being played tonight, obviously there's some.
By the way, is that Jones in the backfield? Calandre? Yes, right side. Jones. He's over the 30, 25-20, and he'll take it down inside the Fremont Floor Covering red zone down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot of, you've got Tredarian Taylor coming in the game now. I think you're going to see a lot of different bodies and faces and, get some guys some reps and rest your starters. You got them some work. And
here's Jones, right side, 10-5, touchdown Ross. Calandre Jones with the touchdown from 13 yards out. And Ross takes a 35-0 lead.
Hats off to our line right now because they're just, they're just making holes in there that are reminiscent of the Archie Griffin days of Ohio State. They're big holes. Calandre finds the hole, gets into it, scores a touchdown, and pretty much untouched. And, if our line continues to block like this and we can establish the run back again, it'd be a great thing to see us be able to do this and the way we throw the football.
Goon to hold, Carlos to kick, and that one's right down Broadway, and it's a 36-0 lead. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Fremont Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance and Investments, Frozone, Holler Sheet Metal, Fremont Athletic Supply, Frickers, Welty Insurance Group, Fremont Floor Covering, the Fremont Ross Athletic Boosters, Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, and did you see that? Calandre Jones with a 13-yard touchdown run. Brought to you by Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. See 2020 in 2020 with a customized eye care plan from Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio. And another $500 with that touchdown donated to Fueling the Cure. All thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. Fueling the Cure is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University for those afflicted with cancer. For more information, log on to fuelingthecure.org. And Fremont Ross has donated a lot of money with their touchdowns thanks to Sunrise Cooperative. 5 more tonight.
That's so awesome that they do that. My dad was a fertilizer salesman and ended his career with them. And Sunrise, they do a lot of good things for the community. But, that's not $500 a touchdown's a lot of money.
No, and they're also donating the competitors' touchdown money as well. Here's awesome. A squib kick by Aiden Carter, taken at the 25 by Normandy. Ooh. Oh, what a big hit. And that was Caden Garza who made the hit. I love calling names we don't call that often. And Garza came down and laid the wood down at the 32-yard line. Scott, what'd you think of that hit by Garza? That was a nice special teams tackle.
Yeah, that was a great hit for sure. When you can hear the crack of the pad, and I'm down here by the 5-yard
I see
yard line, and it's like, wow. that's a good hit. And plus, a hit like that, you may see some more time, coming in the next half. So, for sure.
Hey, good social distancing there, Scott. You're
Sure.
like all by yourself over there.
Hey,
buddy.
I love it. It's the first time all year I've been on the opposing side.
Okay. Well, good for you. You're going to have a lot of time to walk around here tonight. 36-0 Fremont Ross if you're just joining us. I'm not kidding. It's 36-0. Ross has scored on 5 out of 6 drives. They've forced 2 turnovers and doing pretty well here.
The second quarter just started.
Yeah,
I mean,
we just started. Let's see what Parma Normandy can do. And the running back jumps in the backfield. That was the I-back, Dillard, who jumped. So, unfortunately, for Dillard, everyone in the stands knows that he jumped offside thanks to our white hat. And that'll be another 5-yard penalty on the Invaders. So Fremont Ross looking to advance to play Medina Highland next week. We'll have that game here on Eagle 99. They'll give to the fullback, and he'll be smacked down. He had a nice gain of 6, but then Mr. Dion Bradley came up and said, hello.
Yeah.
We are laying the wood tonight, John, on defense.
Yeah, they're flying around with a lot of confidence, and I think, when you've gone through, what they've gone through, I think, they're right or wrong or indifferent. They've given up a fair amount of points, our defense has the last few games, and so tonight you get an opportunity to come out and be aggressive and get feeling good about yourself. And again, Medina Highland's a tough school. They're known for wrestling. They're known for tough football teams, and so they're physical, tough football team, and gives our defense hopefully some confidence here.
Run left side, and we'll call it a gain of 1 up to the 35-yard line. I want to see who took that. It was number 14, Sean Kessie, on the run for the gain of 1. That's his first carry. He is a junior. All these specialty, the skill guys, if you will, for Normandy, not one of them is a senior. The quarterback we thought was going to start, which is number 5, Morellis, didn't start, so obviously injured. And then we're actually on the second quarterback now for Parma Normandy, and he's going to keep it himself right side up to the 39-yard line. Milenovic. No, Kessie is in at quarterback. So now we're on our third quarterback, John, tonight for Parma Normandy. Kessie, who actually is usually the fullback in the offense when I watch the video. So Kessie is now the quarterback.
Well, they're just snapping him the ball, and they're running him like a tailback, kind of like ISO stuff here. And they're going for it again here on 4th and 3.
From their own territory.
Yeah.
Back at the 39. They need to get to the 43. Kessie again. Very athletic, but he's not going to get there. He'll get a yard gain, but that's about it. I bet that's kind of what we see going forward. And it's a turnover on downs by the Invaders. Let's talk about our offensive line, John. Let's give them some love, right? London Johnson. Who else we got down there? 63, which, of course, is Josh Wagner. Ethan Druckenmiller. Left tackle is Druckenmiller.
Evan Gerwin has played center most of the year, and he might be the guard a little bit right now. They've rotated a fair amount of bodies in, and we have, I think it's the younger Ferguson out there right now, playing a little bit of guard.
Lyndon John. Did I mention Lyndon as well? So, yeah.
Yeah, Ethan Green's been out there all year. And Caden, gets a lot of credit, rightfully so. He's had an unbelievable year, but he's not doing that if he's getting knocked down every play. So, this linemen get a lot of credit for protecting quarterback, for giving holes for the running backs, and, we don't get to talk about them a whole lot.
False start, by the way, on Fremont Ross. It'll be 1st and 15. Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Stop your conversation there. Can you, when you get back on the Ross sideline, I want to know who 71 is. He's not
Ferguson.
Which
that
one?
Is which, the younger Ferguson?
The younger.
Okay. Not Luke.
No, Luke's on the sideline. He hasn't dressed all season.
Okay.
Come to think of it.
All right. So thank you, buddy. Ferguson is the left guard. We love to give love to our offensive line. They're doing a great job with run blocking here tonight. It's going to be 1st and 15 for Ross. We've been talking for about 3 minutes, and we've yet to run a play. We've gone backwards 5 yards, and now we're finally set as the play clock is moving. Holmes is the quarterback.
Yeah, they reset it off the penalty, and I wonder how long we'll see Caden out here tonight.
Right.
I don't think he's going to get a ton of reps.
Here's Jones again.
Oh, boy.
30. Or 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Calandre Jones. He goes 45 yards for his second touchdown of the night.
Give a lot of credit to Calandre there, but you were bragging about the lineman, London Johnson. 6'2", 315, leading, pulling, getting downfield 25 yards, and putting a defensive back on his back. Orlando Pace-like, you know, just getting upfield and laying the wood on people. London Johnson's an athlete. He's a big guy, and sometimes you lose track of that, but he can run and move, and that's a great job by London and the whole offensive line and Calandre Jones.
Here's the kick by Carlos Pena, and it's up and good. Guys, there is 7:35 to play in the first half, and Ross leads this game 43-0. You got to feel good, right, Scott? Standing down there on the 5-yard line on the opposing side down there?
Yeah, I sure do. And the nice thing is, you know, other kids are getting already into the game.
Right, like Jones, he's run the ball minimally this year, but he's getting a lot of touches tonight.
Yes, he sure is. And credit to the line, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Those guys get out and pull, and it's like, okay, here we come. Those are some big boys down there. And a lot of them we haven't seen play much this year, so they look real good, and it's good to see.
By the way, Jones, looking at the stats, had 5 carries coming into tonight. His total was 18 yards. He has touchdown runs tonight of 45 yards and 13. So he's had a pretty good night on 3 carries.
That's great.
And Barnett, 4 carries, 89 yards. He gets a breather. So
yeah.
Boy, it's all working tonight. I was just worried because we were such heavy favorites in this game, but the guys have come out to their credit. And you know what we're doing? We're running right down their throat. We're not, we're not pass happy. And here's a kick at the 15, spin move at the 20, kind of Madden-like. He hit the X button there, did the spin at the 20, and he's up to the 21-yard line. Hooper on the return. Is that not what it looked like, John?
Yeah, very Madden-like. Yeah, it's the one thing this game has been, and I worry a little bit about this just watching them. You don't want this to get chippy. If you're the other team, it's got to be frustrating because you're just getting manhandled. And so far kids are helping each other up. It's been good. We had a little chippy stuff on the end of that. You don't want to get something dumb happen tonight. No injuries, no unsportsmanlike personal foul, thrown out of the game stuff. You just want to keep your head in. It's something we've been really, really good at all year. And it's a big difference when, a couple years ago when I came back to a game, even when I was still at Clyde, is that we would get a handful of personal foul penalties, unsportsmanlike penalties. We're not doing that anymore.
Sorry, John.
No, you're good. I'm sorry.
Kessie, the quarterback, runs it right side, has a nice block, and he'll get a couple yards up to the 25-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 2 for our third quarterback of the night, Sean Kessie for Parma Normandy. Now he's coming out. Boy, I hope we don't have our fourth quarterback. I'm having a hard time keeping up with these quarterbacks.
They're running in plays with the quarterback some, too. Like he's going to get the play from the coach.
Okay, that's good. It's kind of what St. Joe does.
Yep.
Brian Spicer does that with his quarterbacks. So that's exactly, I thought, boy, they're going to bring in the fourth quarterback tonight. Kessie is our third quarterback. I think Raheem started, right, at quarterback, and then we went to Milanovic, and now Kessie. So.
Well, they'll move the running back occasionally and take the direct snap, too.
Kessie will pass on 2nd and 7. Has a rocket for an arm. Has a man open, but overthrows him at the 50-yard line. He does have a pretty good arm there, John.
Yeah, he had him. I think that tailwind affected Caden a little bit earlier. That wind is a little stronger than I think the kids feel when they throw, and so he overthrew that by about 5 yards. We threw a nice ball, just a little too far. Great to see the marching band heading down on the field here to play tonight. It's going to be great to see them at halftime, and we're going to have a quick second half here with the running clock. We won't have as many times to talk old-time Logs, Clays, or whatever. Things going to fly through here in the second half. So
43-0. Fremont Ross with 5:33 to play in the first half. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Invaders. Kessie, the quarterback, will keep it himself. Nice tackle at the 25. He'll get to the 27. Bryson Hammer came up and made the hit. Think back to a year ago, John, and we're like, boy, this number 9 kid, he's got something special. He was a freshman at the time, and he got playing time because of injuries, but he was the first one in this freshman class not named Caden Holmes who impressed us last year.
Well, Caden, and I love Caden, he struggled. You know, like last year was rough. Bryson Hammer was in the fight all year. I was thinking to myself, there's points last year where we were Parma Normandy.
Here we go.
We were the one getting beat like this.
Spencer Price, 38, up to the 40, to the 50, 45, 40, has a seam, 30, 25, only the punter to beat, and he gets him down at the 10-yard line. And the Fremont floor covering red zone. Ross will take over at the Invader, actually 11-yard line. Great return by Spencer Price. Let's go down to the Fricker sideline, and boy, he found that seam. He just couldn't get past the punter there.
Yeah, it was a great run, that's for sure. But I've noticed about Spencer, but, you know, he likes to take the guys on.
Right.
Like, you know, there at the end, well, I'm not going to try to outrun you. I'm going to try to outmuscle you. But, no, that was a great return that time by Spencer.
By the way, Caden is out, so we're going to go with Devontae Jones. So Jones is now in a quarterback, the senior, 6 foot, 175-pounder. Calandre Jones will still be in the backfield, and the fullback right now is Villarreal. 4:28 to play, 43-0 Ross. It's a busted play, and Jones will keep it himself and ends up with a gain of about 1 down at the 9-yard line. By the way, I want to take this time. We want to thank Chad Burnt. He is so crucial to what we do. We have great athletic directors here in the area, and Chad is so awesome, and I want to thank him for all that he does for Eagle 99. And he has a lot of work on his plate, but when I call him, he always is there to answer and do what we ask. Here's left side, trying to get into the end zone, and down to the 1-yard line is Devontae Jones. And that was another busted play there, John.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to be running a handoff there, and just the snap was low. He didn't get it, but he made something on nothing. And now near 3rd and goal, about the 1, maybe half-yard line opportunity here. Maybe if you can snap it and block it here to get this thing in and get another score on the board. And especially, you know, this is going quickly now with some of your backups in. It'd be good to give, you know, Mason Villarreal, somebody maybe has never scored a varsity touchdown chance.
3rd and goal at the 1. Villarreal, touchdown, just as you called it. Villarreal gets the touch and the touchdown. Ross now up 49-0 in the opening half.
Yeah, we've got some backup linemen, and even they're creating really big holes right now. And Mason with a nice job, great kid, works hard in the weight room. I've actually known him since he used to go to my church as a youngster at Vacation Bible School. Great kid, good student, does all the right things in school, and great to see him get a touchdown as a sophomore. And you know, he's going to do really good things for Ross, not only this year but the next 2 years. He's you know, another young one that's going to be backing around for a while.
Here's Carlos Pena to attempt the point after. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it's good. 50-0, Fremont Ross with 3:19 to play. And I think it's safe to say that we're no longer going to say the only Ross playoff win came back in 1983. I think we can add 2020 to that list. But here's the thing. I think we all agree, and Scott, I'm going to bring you in on this. Again, this is a good start, but really this is our warm-up for next week for Medina Highlands, Scott.
Yeah, I agree. And the nice thing is what Chad's doing is getting different personnel into the game, which is good because, you know, as time goes on, it could even be next week where someone goes down and someone's got to step up, you know. And I give, you know, Chad all the credit in the world and knowing that there's going to be a running clock starting the second half and getting some of these kids some plays, whether it's a senior, you know, hasn't had a chance and opportunity to play all year, or as well as even a fresh face, maybe another freshman or a sophomore.
Great point, Scott, and we'll hear from Chad at the half. Here's the kick by Aiden Carter. It's going to be a squib kick taken at the 20 by Parma Normandy. 25 outside and to the 27-yard line. He is gang tackled by a bunch of purple jerseys down there. So Parma Normandy on the return for the Invaders that time was Aiden Hardy, a junior. So it'll be the 29-yard line for Fremont, for Parma Normandy. It's Kyle Knight, John Cahill, Scott Logan with Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football. By the way, don't forget tomorrow night, I will be over at Gibsonburg for the Golden Bears and Wayne Trace. James Soto will be joining me for that broadcast. And, of course, the Deuce, Brad Bannister, Mike Martin, John Cullen will have Clyde for you tomorrow night on 92.1 The Wolf as they take on I heard somebody say take a timeout, and I'm assuming it's the Ross defense says we didn't have coverage on that far side of the field. Wow, they took their third timeout here of the half, and it comes with 2:34 to play, and Ross leading at 50-0. By the way, let's keep talking about Chad and all the stuff he has to do, right? But, he makes media a priority, and we appreciate that. And it makes our job a lot easier. So, just case in point, I had to get 3 different rosters and stats this week from the 3 different teams we're going to cover. And Wayne Trace, boom, got the information. Parma Normandy sent me their information. But Sheffield Brookside, after 3 emails, never sent me anything. So what do? I pick up the phone. I call Ryan Greenslade. He says, all right, no problem, Kyle. Boom, sends it to me. So we have great athletic directors, not just Chad. We got Ryan Greenslade, Jay Morlock over at Gibsonburg's awesome, and Brian Schubert over at Bellevue. We just have some really good athletic directors. They work so hard and don't get any credit. So here we go. Normandy looking, going to throw it long, and it's caught at the 45 to the 40. Shaking tacklers. It's Matt Dunn to the 20, to the 15, down to the 10. Wow, what a play for Normandy. That was a huge pass play from Kessie to Dunn.
Yeah, nice ball, good catch, and then good run after the catch. And, they got an opportunity here to get some points on the board. They've only scored twice all season. They have 14 points in their 4 games. So, for them to get an opportunity to score here, and you see a lot of backups, but you do see some Bowen Shook still out there, Marcus Peters.
But you feel good for them that they got a positive play.
Oh, yeah.
Now we want to not let them score, but, they are in the Fremont floor covering red zone for the first time tonight. The Invaders, Ross is going to send 8. It looks like here. They're going to bring the house. It's going to be a run right side. They have a new quarterback back in. This is Milanovic, who's back in at quarterback all of a sudden for Kessie, and he'll take it down to the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, they bring. It looks like the one guy is a little more apt to throw, and Kessie, he can do a couple of things.
Right,
but he's more of their thrower, but he does run a lot too. So.
He's also he'll be the I back if they go to the I formation. He's like the fullback.
Yeah.
Right now they're in a semi-pistol.
Yep.
With 2 to the right, or 1 to the right, 1 to the left of Milanovic. 2nd and 6. Milanovic trying. Nope, he'll keep it himself, and he'll be hammered down at the 6-yard line. Great tackle there by Bowen Shook. And Bowen has really played well this year for the Little Giants on that defensive line. I think he's the end on that far side, but we have called Bowen's name a ton. And, hey, I don't see that big old club on his. I see a little wrap on the hand, but it looks like the big cast is off.
I have lunch duty when he eats, and we talk a fair amount. Really nice young man, and he felt good about tonight. And he's healthy. We've battled some of those injury bugs, and he's back to healthy.
They're down at 6. Milanovic looking to pass. It's a slant, and it's knocked down by Fremont Ross in the end zone. Goon was there. And the freshman, Elijah Sims, was there to knock it down. Going to be 4th and goal at the 6. So Doug Pearson, who I work with at the radio station, he coaches a lot of youth baseball and other sports. And
they're kicking.
We were talking before the year, and he said, yeah, Bowen, he's always played extremely well. By the way, that's the end of the quarter. They didn't, because they were out of timeouts, they ran out of time. So they had a chance to get a field goal, and that will be the half. So we'll talk to Chad Long here on the sideline. I'll be watching Scott. Chad's talking to one of his coaches right now, and Scott's walking towards him. Scott's at the 42-yard line, and looks like we're ready to go with head coach Chad Long. Scott, take it away.
Special teams.
Well, I don't think you could ask for a better half other than the long pass there.
Yeah, Dion misread it. I mean, look at the wind. You know it's going to soar past you, and he just misjudged it, and the receiver got behind, and, yeah, I wasn't happy about that. I think we played pretty good defense and offensively. With the wind behind you, Caden overthrew, as you could see at the beginning. And then, we're able to kind of control the line of scrimmage, do a little bit of everything that we Well, we have to do, we just, the biggest thing is we're injury-free right now in the first half. We're going to play a bunch of our younger guys the second half.
Well, that's a testament to Little Giant playing a great football half and getting the other kids that possibly didn't have a chance to play much this year.
Yeah, and honestly, I think our kickoff, our special teams has played pretty outstanding here. To pin them twice back at the 1 yard line 2 different times, and then have Spencer break the one down. The sideline there. It's always great if you can get your younger kids in, especially in the playoffs, to say they got to play a whole half of football. It's pretty exciting for the program and for the kids. They earned it.
Okay, Coach, I'll let you go back to your team. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Scott Logan, on the sideline, brought to you by Frickers of Fremont. It's halftime, and Fremont Ross leading this playoff game, Division II first round, 50-0 at the break. We'll have our halftime show with ONN and come back to Don Paul Stadium. Wow, what a first half. Ross is going to win their first playoff game since 19.
Our final tune is one of Journey's biggest hits from their '83 album, Frontiers. The band took this one to number 8 on the Billboard charts. Journey loved to play this one, and he once said, "It doesn't matter where we put this song, it always has a strong effect on the audience." We think you'll like it too. Our Two Giants close our halftime show with Separate Ways. Thank you. We are the Fremont Rocks Marching Little Giants.
It's Kyle Knight, John Cahill, and Scott Logan back with you for the second half. I just got a text from Doug Pearson, who asked me, in the history of Ross football, have they ever been up 50-0 at halftime? And obviously, I don't have time to look that up, but that would be a good question. I am going to research that this week. I have this book that has the history of Ross football. That'll be a good thing to look up this week. So here we go. Let's hope for no injuries, get some youngsters some playing time, and on to Medina Highland next week for the second round of the playoffs. This might be an onside kick, and it will be, and it's going out of bounds. You could kind of tell the way the kicker approached the ball that he was trying to onside kick that, and it ends up out of bounds. So not only will Ross have great field position, but there'll be a penalty flag on this one as well. Your thoughts on the second half, John? Obviously, what I said, let's get some youngsters some playing time and no injuries.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of new faces. It's like a JV game going to kind of break out here in the second half. And, how exciting would it be if you're out here getting a chance to play? You're somebody who's played on Saturday mornings a lot. And you definitely want to be clean and play well and do well. And you have opportunity to succeed here and play against their varsity in a playoff game. So, we're going to see a lot of faces, and I hope they play well.
Well, we haven't even run a play, and we're down to 20 seconds gone by. Scott, I'm going to go to you after this play. Jones is the one back behind the quarterback. They pitch to Jones outside at the 50. And he's up to the 50-yard line, so gain of 5 after that 5-yard penalty. And, Scott, what are you looking for here in this second half, buddy?
Basically, just throw the clock and let's get out of here. I had a chance to go sit down and talk with Ethan Green, and he's having a little back problems now, so that's why he is out of the game.
All right, it will be the fullback this time, and I believe that's Menkoff, Alex Menkoff, who gets his first carry up to the 40-yard line, gain of 10. So bear with me. We're going to see a lot of faces we haven't seen on the varsity level. Devontae Jones is the quarterback, and the deep back, as we've said, Calandre Jones. He has 2 touchdowns here tonight. And the fullback right now is Alex Menkoff. He is a junior. It'll be Calandre, 40, 35, 30, bowls a guy over at the 30 and gets to the 28-yard line. So another big carry for Fremont Ross as they have taken 90 seconds off the clock already and lead it 50-0. So ball will be at the 29-yard line. It's so nice that we're on. Last year we had a lot of running clocks, but we were not the beneficiary of any of those. 2 years ago, though, Lehman and that crew, we had a couple running clocks that year where we were the aggressors. Another running back in. This is Caden Garza, and he runs for 8 down to the 20-yard line. 9:56 and counting. Of course, we did have one earlier this year. I forgot. We were at Lima Senior, right, John? Yeah. We got a running clock there as we got down 7-0. Then we put the whooping on the Spartans that night.
Yep. Yeah, and it's nice, tonight to, you think of a year ago when we were going through all those tough times and so many of those games. St. John's gave us 30-0 before we finished the pregame.
Yeah. Here's the fullback, Menkoff, 15. He's to the 10, 5, touchdown. Alex Menkoff on the touchdown run for Fremont Ross. They go up 56-0 with 9:26 to play in the ball game.
Alex Menkoff running hard.
He is.
At both the carries he's had, but to go back, it's just over a year ago, and in 1 year's time, we talked a little bit about Chad Long. I think if Chad Long isn't track coach of the year, he for sure should be in the conversation.
That would be a travesty if he's not coach of the year for the job he's done this year.
Yeah, to go from 1-9 to where we are now, where we're winning a playoff game, we're going to be 4-3 after tonight with a really really young team. There are a lot of doubters, a lot of finger pointing last 2 years, and it's all
Jones
turned.
On a pass to go for 2 to the right corner, looking for Alejandro. And I actually didn't see, and I'll go down to Scott. I'm assuming it was incomplete, Scott?
Yeah, it was incomplete. He ran out of real estate. So it was defensive-wise, it was a nice play also by number 2. And he just ran out of real estate. The ball was well thrown.
Yes.
So it's a great play.
That's the only place I can't see in this stadium is right down in that right corner Luckily, in my 3 years of being the play-by-play broadcaster for Fremont Ross on a full-time basis, I haven't had many plays in that right corner. So that is the infamous end zone, though, that we scored all those points against Findlay in the fourth quarter when we were down 21 points. And then Chumley put the icing on the cake with the 2-point run to give Ross a 22-point comeback with about 7 minutes to play in that ball game, and to beat the Findlay Trojans. Carlos Pena set to kick off.
I like this too. Run some different, have Carlos kick off, maybe have Aiden try some extra points. Just do some different things.
And Carlos boots this one to the 20. It's dropped, picked up by a different running back. 25 to the 27-yard line. Late flag comes in. So pretty good field position here for the Invaders, but we're going to have a player injured here. So let's
and a flag.
And a flag. Let's take a timeout with that injured player. You're listening to Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football. Ross 56 and Parma Normandy nothing. Back after this.
Crown Battery, locally owned and operated, is pleased to support tonight's teams and takes this time to wish them luck for a successful season. The staff at Crown Battery recognizes the importance of teamwork both in and out of the classroom. That is why everyone at Crown Battery is a proud sponsor of not only tonight's broadcast, but a proud sponsor and contributor to our community, its athletic programs, and its educational infrastructure. Good luck and thank you from all the staff at Crown Battery, supplying you power since 1926.
Grundy Drug is your convenient caring neighborhood pharmacy. Fremont's only locally owned pharmacy supports the community you live and work in. They give back to the area with many things, such as this sports broadcast. Support your local independent pharmacy and businesses. Let's keep our community prospering by buying local. Along with your prescription needs, you can purchase cards and unusual gift items at great prices at Grundy Drug. A satellite postal station is offered also. Good luck, athletes. From the team at Grundy Drug on South Front Street in Fremont.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
Sean Kessie is the injured Invader, and they're helping him off the field with 8:36 to play. There was a personal foul on Fremont Ross on that return, so 15 yards added to the end of the run. It'll take it to the 41 of Parma Normandy. But they still have a lot of real estate here, trailing 56 to nothing. Ross with a lot of touchdown runs here tonight and 2 touchdown passes. Toss sweep right side. Plenty of running room. Gain of about 8 there by the running back, Dillard. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Invaders. As the clock is moving, we have a running clock. And the purple and white about to win their first playoff game since 1983. I wonder who was sitting in this very booth back in 1983 when Ross took down the Blue Streaks of Sandusky 7-0. That was a weird formation.
Yeah.
Pitch, there's a fumble.
He fell on it.
They're going to call it a pass because it was a forward toss, so it was incomplete. So just to talk about that a little bit, the quarterback I thought was way to the left, but so the center had only one player, which would be the guard next to him, and then they had 3 linemen on the other side, John.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying some unbalanced stuff. I'm sure when you're in this situation, and who knows if you're even
trying to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah.
They're going to do it again. Actually, get this. There's nobody covering the center on that right side, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linemen to the left, and that's where they're going to run here. And Ross is there to take him down back at the 42-yard line. On the tackle that time was Braden
Goon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Trying to see if you're awake over there.
Yeah.
4th down and 7, but Braden came up and laid the wood that time, Mr. Goon.
He's played well. He's subbing in for Carson Clark tonight, and he's been flying to the football. He's been tough. In a number. We've been very stout against the run tonight.
Very stout.
And they'll go for it again here, and you can't blame them. They're trying to get some positives and make some plays. You've got a lot of different faces out there right now for Ross. Jabari Heidelberg in a defensive tackle.
Is that Jabrias' brother?
No.
No.
Cousin.
It's cousin? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the handoff in the backfield on 4th and 8, and they're going to go backwards all the way back at the 40-yard line. Loss of 3, and Ross will take over on downs with 6:15 to play in the ball game. Actually, in the third quarter, 56-0. I thought, did they stop the clock between possessions? Because they did here.
Yeah, any change of possession, any injury, any
touchdown,
I think, or like there's like 4 or 5 things. Better than that, it runs if it goes out of bounds, incomplete pass, anything.
So there it will start, and obviously we haven't snapped the ball. So still in there at quarterback will be the senior Devontae Jones, who's in for sophomore Caden Holmes. A couple new running backs. Might have a toss sweep here, and we will to the right. Plenty of running room to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and that was Ricky Howard, a sophomore, who took the pitch and ran it down to the 20-yard line, which puts Ross in the Fremont floor-covering red zone with 5:43 to play in the third quarter, leading at 56-0.
A nice run there by Ricky, and he got outside. Ricky's a kid that's always in the weight room, works hard. It's great to see him get a chance out here on a Friday night to
I'm going to
play
ask you
some football.
a question after this play. Yep. Toss sweep, left side, Garza, 15, 10, flag on the play, 5, and he's down to the 3-yard line. So you see all the people lined up in the south end zone behind the fence, right?
Yep.
And then you have several cars out there too, right? So they're sitting out there watching the game, and I'm assuming, right, that they're listening to us on the radio. So let's say hi to them, right?
Yeah.
So they can't make it, so thank you for listening tonight. And it's going to be an illegal formation real quick on Ross. That'll end the run by Garza, and it'll be for, oh, wow, holding 2. So instead of the 5-yard, they'll take the 10, and it'll be 1st and 20. Go ahead, John.
Well, that's something that's been going on since I was a kid. There used to be bushes in that fence at one time, and kind of like Georgia had. But, people outside.
The hedges?
Yeah, especially with, the COVID stuff and, limited fans. It's a way to get to see the game if you really want to see it, is to, find a spot on the fence and space out and watch the game. And, hats off to everybody who wants to do that, because it's, unprecedented. And, if you're listening to us, it's even a bigger bonus, I think.
Well, you guys anyway. So here's the handoff to Garza, 30, 25, and he's down to the 20-yard line. So once again, Ross was in the Fremont floor covering red zone, got out of the red zone, and now they are back. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. And by the way, everyone listening, thank you so much. Don't forget, we'll be at Medina Highland next week. John and I will be in the back row of the press box, but we'll be there telling you all about it. And Scott's going to be very vital next week for us down on the sideline, which we'll go to Scott here in a minute. We're in a running clock, so we don't have a lot of time here. Garza, left side, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Ross.
Good job,
Caden Garza with the touchdown, and Ross leads even bigger with 3:30 to play in the ballgame. John, here's the touchdowns tonight. Holmes had a touchdown run, then a pass to Hammer. Holmes to Van, then Barnett with a touchdown run. Jones had 2. Villarreal had 1. Menkoff had 1. And now Garza with a touchdown run as well. It's hard to keep up with the action. Garza on the 2-point play. He's in, and it's going to be 64-0. Fremont Ross. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Scott Logan. I don't really have a question, Scott, because we're just filling time here, trying to get to the end of the game. But, boy, I was a little worried, Scott, coming in, just because everyone thought we were going to win. And, you just hate to be huge favorites because you don't want to let people down, and you also don't want to get too confident, right?
Right, and that hasn't happened with us tonight.
No.
We've come in tonight, took care of business, and obviously, and having fun. There's a lot of smiling faces on the sidelines, coaches, players, and the whole 9 yards, and probably the best, happier face in the house is probably Joe Hershey, knowing that he doesn't have to be real busy tonight. So and that's the big thing, not getting anybody hurt in a game like this. But no, Little Giants have come in tonight and taken care of business. And when you guys talked about the track scores, those 2 Division I schools that we play, and Whitmer had a very low seed,
right?
And is playing good. I mean, tonight shows a lot of what the track is all about and doing well. with the teams getting the buys in the track, and it sounds like track teams are doing very well tonight.
And we'll check all those scores in the postgame. Good job, Scott Logan. Way to fill right to the kickoff. And this will be taken at, fumbled again. That's like the 7th time tonight. That's not a joke that they fumbled the kickoff to the 10, but he has some running room over the 20 and up to the 23. Is that not accurate? About 7 times they dropped the kickoff tonight?
Well, we've
talked about 18 times.
We've kicked off a lot, and, they've struggled to catch it and doing much with it, too.
Well, let's count. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've had 9 touchdowns, and then you add 1 to that when we kicked off to begin the game, right? So we've kicked off 10 times tonight, and I swear at least 7 of them have dropped the kickoff.
You're not exaggerating. I'll give you an interesting thing. This is so unprecedented this year, and you can continue to play. If I'm the coach at Normandy, I'm done.
No, they have games scheduled, John.
Yeah, I know they're on the schedule, but if Elyria Catholic, who knows if they're actually.
Well, Elyria Catholic's normally pretty good,
right?
So.
And I wonder if that's like games they had scheduled to start the year.
They fake the jet sweep, throw to the corner. It picked off. Ross with the interception, and that was Andrew Taylor who picked it off.
Nice job.
We're calling names tonight. We haven't called all year, and I love it. And you know who the happiest kid down there for him was? Elijah Sims, the freshman, who was so happy Andrew Taylor picked it off.
Yeah, this team has had great, as a whole, really good chemistry all year. They like one another. They work hard for one another. And, another example there where you've got people excited. You've got,
we got people coming on we haven't seen at all.
Yeah, and we don't have, a lot of these kids aren't on the roster, so I feel bad. I wish we knew 73 just ran out there and he's not on a roster. It'd be great to give him, a shout-out because he's out there getting ready to play football.
The new quarterback is 25. Now, Scott, here's where you're going to get your money tonight. I'm going to need some names here. So we got 25 in a quarterback. Again, none of these players are on our roster, people, because we're up 64-0. So first number I need, Scott, is 25. And they'll hand off right side, nowhere to go. That'll be a loss of 3. And if this is correct, that was Alex Flores on the carry. So it must have been Flores because that's what.
And I thought he said Shanahan for the quarterback.
All right, Scott, when you get that, I'm just going to leave your mic open and you can tell me who the quarterback is, number 25. Minkoff is in the backfield right now, too. Oh, Scott's texting me here, so let's see who. Owen Shanahan. Thank you, Scott. So Shanahan tosses right side to the running back, Flores, and he'll take it all the way down to the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 for Fremont. Ross bring up 3rd and short. 1:20 to play, 3rd quarter. Running clock, 64-0. Fremont Ross on top of Normandy. How many people tuned in at certain times tonight? I'd say it's 50-0 or 60. And they're like, is that guy drunk on the radio or what? Here's the handoff to the fullback, Minkoff. Alex fights his way forward to the 24-yard line. And it's going to be 4th and 2 here for the Little Giants. Fremont Ross probably going to wish they dressed a couple more people here tonight to get some experience.
I was actually going to say, you're limited still in how many you can dress for these things, with the COVID rules. So, it's not like you can bring out a ton of extra guys because you're on a limited roster.
So Flores and the offense will go for it. 4th down and 2. Minkoff right at the middle has the first down, and he's down inside the 20. Actually, right at the 20. So they are once again at the Fremont floor covering red zone. Don't have to run another play here to end the quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
And I doubt they will. Yeah. So we'll have our final timeout of the regular part of the game. And so Mike, get ready just in case. I don't think they're going to run another play. They won't. We'll take a timeout. Fremont Ross 64, Normandy nothing as we head to the 4th in the Division II first round of the playoffs on Eagle 99.
Give your home the makeover it deserves at Fremont Floor Covering. Their knowledgeable staff can show you the many floor covering options available. Carpet, vinyl, waterproof flooring, laminate, hardwood, and ceramic tile. Fremont Floor Covering has over 150 carpet and vinyl remnants to choose from. Schedule for a quality professional installation or do it yourself. Quality floor covering at affordable prices since 1997. 12 months, same as cash available. Fremont Floor Covering, near the corner of North Front and State Street.
My job is to ask you about life insurance. Please don't make it my job to tell your family you didn't have any. At Welty Insurance Group, they're here to put your mind at ease with life insurance that will work with you for a policy that has your family's future covered. Life insurance is because you love them. Our family protecting yours. Welty Insurance Group, representing Erie Insurance. Call today, 419-334-4477.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
And welcome back to Don Paul Stadium. Kyle Knight, John Cahill, Scott Logan, and Mr. Mike Roca, 3 of which graduated from Fremont Ross. Who would be the one who didn't? That would, of course, be me. So
You're already in, though. We said this earlier. You're a little giant.
I'm a little giant at heart.
Yep.
3 years in, I've earned my stripes, I guess. I'm on the varsity finally. So here's the option play by Flores. Pitches it, or no, he never did pitch it. And he'll be spun around a couple times and gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line, but that's about it. Oh, he did get rid of it to Shanahan. Sorry about that. Or do we have another quarterback?
Yeah,
No.
Shanahan's in a quarterback.
Okay.
Yep.
Shanahan, excuse me, a quarterback. I said Flores, but 2nd down and 10. Again, lots of new faces here tonight. Second and 10, man in motion. Going to be a jet sweep play. And that's Taylor who takes it down inside the 5-yard line. Tredarian Taylor down to about the 5. And that'll be a gain of 15 for Taylor and make it 1st and goal down at the 5-yard line. 10:50 to play in the ball game. Fremont Ross 64, Normandy nothing. You'd think I'd get sick of saying the score, but not tonight.
No, it's
I'm probably going to say it in my sleep tonight. You know, that was 8-0. That was 15-0. Now, you know, so. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Man in motion. They'll give to Taylor. And Tredarian Taylor will dive in for a touchdown with 10:23 to play. Boy, we have had so many people score tonight. Look at that scoreboard. 70-0.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. And, you know, you've done a lot of a lot of different kids have touched the ball. It hasn't been in any way, shape, or form like any kind of poor sportsmanship or trying to run the score up. We're just that much better tonight than Parma Normandy. And, we've got the JV guys in there, and you want them to go in and play hard, and that's exactly what they're doing. And so you've got some confusion. Actually, we've got a young man coming out here who doesn't even have stickers on his helmet. So
that's okay.
Clearly will not be on. It's probably on the freshman teem.
Yeah, I have no 82 on my roster. Pena for the point after. He puts it up and through. 71-0. So we want to give a shout out here to Carrie Pollock from Stylecrest, who's listening to the ball game here tonight. And she says we're doing a good job. So, Carrie, thank you. We appreciate that.
I agree with Carrie.
Yeah, we all agree with Carrie. Yes, thank you, Carrie, for listening. Thank you, everybody out there listening. 71-0. By the way, don't forget, we will be at Medina Highland next week. John and I in the booth and Scott on the sideline. Let's go down to Scott.
Yes.
I have nothing to ask you, buddy. It's 71-0, but take it away.
Okay. Let's talk about my big orange that plays tomorrow.
No,
Tennessee Vols against the Georgia Bulldogs. No, but anyways, hey, Chad pretty much told us on a sidebar that this team wasn't very good. They were looking for an identity and so forth, and he hit it on the lot. And talking to Mike Rakin down here, and he said, yeah, big test is next week, and they have a really, really good defensive line. So we'll see.
All right, Medina Highland. Here's the return by Normandy up over the 30. And they'll get to the 34-yard line. By the way, John, we got a couple minutes here. Mm-hmm. We love our sponsors. Again, we talked about this last week. We could not do it without these fine folks. Fremont Federal Credit Union, UIS Insurance and Investments, Frozone, Holler Sheet Metal, Fremont Athletic Supply, Frickers. Our final show is this week, our playoff preview show. Welty Insurance Group, Fremont Floor Covering, Fremont Ross Athletic Boosters, Eye Centers of Northwest Ohio, Sunrise Cooperative, Friendship, Grundrug, Crown Battery, and Lodge & Sons Flooring America. Can you guess how much money tonight on Ross Touchdowns Sunrise Cooperative will be donating? I have to count it myself, but take a guess.
I think we've scored, man, 8 touchdowns? 9 touchdowns,
try 11.
10? Yeah, I was going to say, I was counting up. There's that screen they ran earlier. Yeah, they're giving away some serious money tonight.
Actually, it's 10. I'm sorry. My math was a little off. So $1,000 donated by Sunrise Cooperative after that gain of 5 real quick by Parma Normandy up to the 40-yard line. They will donate $1,000 so far tonight to Fueling the Cure, which is a campaign for food-based research at The Ohio State University. You can find out more at fuelingthecure.org.
It's interesting tonight, one thing, as a basketball coach, when I had good teams at Clyde and we had a chance to take the bye, I would take the bye because I felt like I'd get more out of a practice than I would get out of a game like this. I think for us tonight, this has been really good.
Second and 5. Hold on.
Yep.
They'll hand off left side. Nowhere to run. Actually, a loss of 1 on the play. Go ahead.
Well, I just think, this playoff thing is so annoying to me anyway because we've had such a great history of football, but, we just have not done very well in the playoffs, and we earned it. It's something, hopefully we can get fixed with Chad and these young guys that we've got. But, I think getting this win with a young team, getting maybe some of the playoff jitters out of the way, getting a chance to get some things fixed with the number of guys that we had missing for a while and being able to rest some guys. I think this worked out well tonight. You got a lot of bodies in the game.
Here we go. Pass. 3rd and 5 for Normandy. Hit as he throws. He's got a man, and it's caught down at the 30, and a flag comes in as well. That was a beautiful ball. And let's give credit. They have their quarterback, Milanovic, back in there, and he threw a beautiful ball, and it was caught by Ackerman, I believe.
There's 2 flags down.
No, excuse me. That was Dunn who caught the ball. These are both going to be against Ross. This one, I think, is going to be roughing, and that one down there is going to be pass interference, would be my guess.
Yeah, and then you've got the marker for the ball there still, too, because I thought there's 2 flags right together. That Highland game is going to be a fun one. It'll be a fun week, a lot of anticipation. They're a tough football team. They've lost some games. Oh,
it's a legal block on the first one. And there is a roughing the passer. Oh, I was 2 for 2 because I didn't know there was a third flag.
Right.
Oh, there is one back there. Okay, so I was 2 for 2 anyway. I didn't see the third flag, so we'll call that a mulligan. So what do you do here after 2 penalties on Ross and 1 on Normandy? Is it just a do-over?
Yeah, everything offsets, and you'll replay the down.
That's sad. It's bad for them because that was a nice pass play.
Right. Yep. And, the clock is running through all of this when we're down halfway through this quarter.
Hey, by the way, those people listening on YouTube to us tonight, now we won't be on the audio next week because we'll be on the road. But remember, you can watch the game and then turn up Eagle 99 for the audio. That'll be the best thing to do when we're on the road. But thank you, everybody watching on the YouTube channel tonight or listening here on Eagle 99. Pass over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. There might be people out there listening who are like, what are you talking about the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Fremont Ross has had a YouTube channel all year, and they put our audio when we're at home on that video stream. And then when we're on the road, I've heard from a lot of people, and you have too, they turn up Eagle 99 and watch the videos. So we appreciate all of you listening this year. Many of you who want to be here at Don Paul Stadium with us. And next year, we hope you're all here because it's going to be, I'm telling you, a very fun year. But we still have plenty of football this year, John. So,
yeah, I couldn't be more excited for next week. It's going to be, a fun game to be at. The anticipation all week, getting prepared for that team. And, there's nothing better than playoffs in any sport, where you're building to, making a run.
4th and 7.
Delay a game.
And, oh, boy. Either that or they took the timeout. Nope, they didn't get the timeout. So now instead of 4th and 7, Normandy is going to face 4th down and 12 with 5:02 and counting to play in this ball game. So after a really long first 2 quarters, we're going to be over by 9 o'clock It's 8:50 right now. Here's the quarterback rolling left near sack. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be spun out of bounds where they were before the penalty, and it's going to be a turnover on downs at the 38-yard line with 4:41 to play. Milanovic just had nobody open, so he took it himself and ran. And those of you who missed the pregame, Stomp School is finally being torn down. Many people might thought it was already torn down, but we've been talking about throughout the year that Stom is still standing, but the back end of the school, they're finally tearing that down. So I know that's sad. Mike Roca, our board op back at the station, his kids went to Stom.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are very nostalgic about not just Stom or whichever elementary school they went to, and now they're all gone. But we have these beautiful new schools, and there's a timeout on the field. And soon we'll have a brand new high school. So these kids who are in kindergarten, speaking of Mike Roca, he has a kindergartner. She will never go to school in a school that's not brand new, basically all the way through high school. That's pretty
awesome.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
So
there is, I've talked to a lot of people who went to school with, like I went to Atkinson. There's a little part of it. We went over and got a brick. And,
that's great, though, John.
But it's in our garden with the brick from the old middle school I taught with at Clyde, and actually the middle school here that I went to, the junior high. But there is a level of, I was there a long, long time ago. But it's needed change. It's new. It's exciting for the community. But, that Stom School, if you look in the background of pictures when Bob Shaw played here, the All-American who played in the NFL, you could see the old Stom School in the background. So it's been a part of this landscape for a long, long time. And, there's a little part of you that, sad to see it go. And, always progress oftentimes is good, but you hate, especially the historian, he hates to see it go.
We all love, most of us love our childhood, right? Yeah. And the things that go along that are nostalgic. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Ross from the 39. Handoff, right side, Menkoff, and he'll fight up to the 37. So maybe a gain of 1 there. This might be the final possession of the game. Clock is at 4 minutes. So quickly, when you talked about that brick, so when they built Jacobs Field, I actually had one of the original bricks outside Jacobs Field.
Oh, cool.
And the other thing you might not know about me. Remember when they put the Indians up for public sale and you could buy shares?
Yep.
At one time, I actually owned 100 shares of the Cleveland Indians. And then when the Jacobs took over, we had to sell our stocks, so I'm no longer an owner of the Indians. So run left side.
Did you make any money on that?
Oh, gosh, we tripled our money on the sale.
Did you really?
Yeah, when Jacobs bought out the Indians, the original cost per share was like $100. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It was like $100, and we ended up getting $300 a share or something like that.
It's kind of like George Steinbrenner.
Well, I only had 100 shares, so I made $3,000. So, that was a lot of money to me, but
still a lot of money.
But I loved having a share of the Indians. It was fun to say I was an owner.
For sure.
3rd and 6, Ross at the 34-yard line, running it left side. And Ross is going to have a first down. Nice move. Still going down to the 25-yard line. Nice run there. And Ross will have another first down. Owen Shanahan.
He's done a nice job of, the young guys that have come in tonight have played well. Which you have to feel good about, too. You're putting some really young faces out there, and they're moving the football. And
here's Shanahan again, gives to Menkoff, and he'll fall forward. Oh, ball popped out, didn't it? Yeah, it did pop out, but Ross was there to cover it up. There'll be a loss of a couple yards. Did you see who got that? I believe it was Menkoff, right, who got the fumble. Down to 2 minutes to play. Ross, 71. Normandy, nothing. That's not a joke. That is the actual score of the football game. Here's Shanahan. Toss sweep. Right side. 20, 15, 10. Stumbling down to the 5-yard line is Malachi Griffin. I've called so many names I haven't called all year tonight, John.
Yeah, well, we've gotten to see a lot of faces, and a lot of kids have, made plays, and so it's been fun to watch. And, I'd be interested to see if Chad takes a knee here. You got a lot of young guys out there.
There's only 1:35 to play, so you could take a knee a couple times.
Yep, and he'd be getting out here. I think he
Shanahan is exactly going to do that. Takes the knee the first time. We'll have to do that 1 or 2 more times. And Ross is going to win this ball game by a final score of 71-0. I think I got to take a picture of the scoreboard, just for posterity's sake, don't you think? I mean, how many times are we going to see a 71-0? Hopefully we'll see a lot in the future, but
I think with the people we play, there's not going to be too many nights where we get a 71-0 game. And usually in the playoffs, you're not going to play a team like Parma and Normandy because it wouldn't be in the playoffs. So, like Chad Burnt, our conference, the people we play out of league, you're just not going to get. You're not going to beat Tiffin 71-0. They're a good football program.
Shanahan takes a knee, and we'll take a break, and then we'll have Chad Long in the post-game show here at Don Paul Stadium as we'll wrap it up. We'll give you some scores, but most of the game's still in play. Shanahan takes a knee one more time, and that's going to do it from Don Paul Stadium tonight. Stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll also have our player of the game brought to you by the Fremont Ross Athletic Boosters. Ross wins their first playoff game since, say it, John,
1983.
Thank you. And that streak is now over as Ross will win this one in fine fashion here tonight. Final score, Fremont Ross 71 and Parma Normandy 0. We're back after this. It's Fremont Federal Credit Union high school football on Eagle 99.
Frickers has just what you want, everyday values. Monday, boneless frickin' chicken wings. Tuesday, traditional frickin' chicken wings. Wednesday, steak day at Frickers. Thursday, frickin' chicken chunks. Whether it's dine-in, carry-out, delivery, or order online at frickers.com. Everyday values are available at only one place. Dine in, carry out, delivery, and new at Frickers. Order online at frickers.com.
Hi, I'm Tony Camilleri, CEO of the Fremont Federal Credit Union. We are proud to again sponsor high school sports on Eagle 99, 92.1, The Wolf, and 100.9 Coast Country. Stop into any of our convenient locations to check out the credit union difference. We offer checking account options with lots of perks, all with a free debit card, free online banking, and mobile banking, with the convenience of nationwide shared branching. Investing in our communities and our youth are what we're all about. Visit us at fremontfcu.com. Membership eligibility required, federally insured by NCUA.
Mom?
Yeah?
Remember how you asked me to give the dog a bath?
Yeah?
Well, he sort of got loose.
Oh, okay, honey.
There's water all over the new floors upstairs.
Hey, it happens.
Waterproof, mud-proof floors. From hardwood looks to stone and tile, they have it all. Lodich & Sons Flooring America, where friends send friends. And right now, get up to $1,000 off or enjoy no-interest financing during the Spill-Proof Flooring Sale. Save big on waterproof carpet and hard surface flooring. Lodich & Sons Flooring America, 702 Stone Street in Fremont.
I'm Mike Green, president of the Fremont Ross Athletic Booster Club. Pick up your 2021 booster cards for only $10 this year. We have 46 local merchants on the card, plus you receive a Little Giant t-shirt at Phase 1. Cards are available at Denny's, Stanley GMC Cadillac, Fremont Ross High School. The Booster Club is once again a proud sponsor of tonight's player of the game. Join us on Facebook at Fremont Ross Athletic Boosters for monthly meeting updates and events. Go Little Giants.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School Football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
71-0, our final score here tonight at Don Paul Stadium. Scott Logan, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, Scott. Okay, let's go down to the sideline. Here's Scott with head coach Chad Long.
Congratulations, Chad. Of course, now we're finally done with saying the last time since 1983 that Fremont Ross won a playoff game, but good job tonight by the Little Giants.
Thanks. I think it was a great team effort. We even got to get our young guys, and I think our JV kids, our younger guys, our second strings, our third strings looked very, very well. Calandre Jones looks like a man on a mission out there running the ball. I couldn't even imagine how many yards rushing he had, but ultimately just being able to let those guys play in a playoff atmosphere and just be able to experience, because they get their butts kicked every week and day in, day out. It's a great reward and a great carrot for these guys and where we're going as a program.
So what do you take out of this game, obviously, for learning and so forth? To look at the film, or do you look at it and say, you know what, We're just going to let it go. There's not much to correct. We're moving forward, or is there a study session on the game?
We'll have a study session. Our JVs are actually playing against Tiffin Columbian on Monday, so we'll watch film with the varsity kids on Monday, and then it'll be a study session. I know we did some things wrong, so it's just a matter of correcting a little bit of stuff that we did. They wanted to make history. The seniors did. They wanted to make the playoffs, and to be able to win a playoff game is exciting.
Have you had a chance to even possibly peek at the next opponent for Fremont at all?
Yeah, I have. There's 2 videos that are floating out there on YouTube. There's about everything they probably have all of our games already, and they've been watching it. They're a pretty solid team. They're a spread team. They're big, and we're going to have our hands full, but we'll game plan accordingly.
Okay, thanks, Chad. There you go, guys. Player of the game, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, there were so many young faces. Let's take a break and we'll come back and talk about it. We'll just have a group conversation.
Okay.
'Cause we got time. It's only, 9 o'clock? So.
I just got to get my stuff out of the booth, that's all.
Okay. What do you mean your stuff?
That's where I put my coat and stuff, in the booth.
Oh, downtown. I get it. I was like, you got nothing up here, buddy. So,
yeah, I know.
In fact, you left your freaking roster last week, and I had to bring it home for you. So,
thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Ross wins 71-0. Moves on to play Highland next week in the second round of the playoffs. It's Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football on Eagle 99.
Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by Frozone Frozen Yogurt, Tiffin's spot for premium frozen yogurt. We'll head back to the stadium after this on the BAS Sports Radio Network.
Are you craving something sweet? Maybe salty? Check out Frozone in downtown Tiffin. It's a fun spot to meet up with family and friends. At Frozone, you can create your own masterpiece with 12 different flavors of frozen yogurts and more than 30 yummy toppings. Finish your creation off with hot fudge, caramel, or peanut butter sauce. And then dig in with our magical spoons. Frozone Frozen Yogurt, located at 114 South Washington Street in Tiffin. Open 7 days a week. Make sure to like and follow Frozone Tiffin on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, it's Eagle 99 and 92 on the Wolf Sports Director Kyle Knight for Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont. When it comes to outfitting the sports staff here at the radio station, we go to Juan and Athletic Supply. Athletic Supply offers us affordable prices on shirts and pullovers and handles all the custom embroidery. No matter what your sport, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, or volleyball, you'll find the equipment and clothing you need to make you look good and play good. So get in the game at Athletic Supply in downtown Fremont.
Hello, it's Pete with Sunrise Cooperative. As the high school football season winds down, we wanted to say how much we here at Sunrise enjoyed partnering with the BAS Sports Department for the opportunity to raise money for Fueling the Cure. As much as we love touchdowns, we love contributing to the James Cancer Center at The Ohio State University in their quest for finding treatments for cancer even more. To find out how you can play a part with Fueling the Cure, give us a call. Sunrise Cooperative. Success grows here.
Are you craving something sweet? Maybe salty? Check out Frozone in downtown Tiffin. It's a fun spot to meet up with family and friends. At Frozone, you can create your own masterpiece with 12 different flavors of frozen yogurts and more than 30 yummy toppings. Finish your creation off with hot fudge, caramel, or peanut butter sauce. And then dig in with our magical spoons. Frozone Frozen Yogurt, located at 114 South Washington Street in Tiffin. Open 7 days a week. Make sure to like and follow Frozone Tiffin on Facebook and Instagram.
Fremont Federal Credit Union High School football. Eagle 99. Eagle 99 WFRO.
And you're listening to WFRO FM Fremont Sandusky. It's Kyle Knight, John Cahill, and Scott Logan back at beautiful Don Paul Stadium, Harmon Field. Fremont Ross exercises the ghost of 1983, winning 71-0 here tonight. They are now 2 all-time in the high school football playoffs. All right, we're each going to make our case, Scott, if you're ready, for a player of the game. I'll start because I'm in charge. And, yeah, I control your guys' volume, so that makes me in charge.
Wonderful.
You're in charge, period, brother.
Hey, okay, so here's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Calandre Jones, number 28, sophomore running back. What did he do tonight? He had a couple touchdown runs to start the second quarter, one of 13 yards and one of 45 yards. So my nominee is Calandre Jones. Scott? Oh, no. Hold on, Scott. We'll let John go next. John?
All right. Calandre is a great pick. I'm going LeBron's Barnett. He carried the ball early tonight. He does a lot of the dirty work for this team, and he hasn't won it yet. So I think he'd be a good choice. I think either one of them are good, but we're going to leave it up to you, Logs, on who you want.
Hey, real quick, get Eddie real quick.
Eddie? Yeah, I can grab Eddie.
Yeah.
What would you like me to ask Eddie?
Hey, tell him, first of all, great game. And
Here, hold on.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'm going to interview Eddie. All right. Hey, Eddie, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How we doing?
Good. Okay, so first question. How great does it feel to get the first playoff win since 1983? How awesome was that?
It's very awesome. I'm proud of the kids. They had great focus all week, and they knew going into it. So we had a good shot at winning. So it's basically keeping them focused.
How hard is that, though, Eddie? I mean, all week, you hear, you should win by a couple touchdowns, yada, yada, yada. But these are kids. It's hard for them to process, coming out and competing against, we're going to walk all over these guys. So
yeah, it's just something that we've been preaching since April. We're going to win every single day, every practice, take each day one day at a time, and then we'll see what happens on Friday nights.
Eddie, big test next week, Medina Highland, but how great was it to get all these kids carries and touches tonight?
Yeah, that's good. All these young kids, they did an excellent job. The JV line did great.